Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Bigakar Ahmed, and welcome to today's video. Today, we're going to be talking about OpenAI and their new update on their video AI. And basically, what they've just done is they've released an update to their text-to-video prompt. And it's become super more realistic, more photorealistic. And it's going to be a little harder for people to determine what's real, what's fake over on the internet. So we're going to go ahead and have our good friend, Mr. Marcus Brownie, one of the largest tech influencers on the whole entire planet, go ahead and explain what this update is all about in OpenAI.
All right, so this is simultaneously really impressive and really frightening at the same time, and it's hitting me in ways that I didn't really expect. So do you remember Will Smith eating spaghetti? Do you remember when this was what AI-generated videos look like? Remember when we said, okay, this AI stuff is cool and all, but clearly there's a long way to go before there's any need for concern? Well, welcome to the future, people, because this is also an AI-generated video. And so is this, completely synthesized out of thin air by computers. This one too. This is not real. Absolutely ridiculous how far we've come in literally 1 year. This does feel like another ChatGPT, DALL-E moment for AI, and maybe I'm overreacting because, okay, I'm a video creator, so an AI that's actually doing my job, maybe that feels a little more threatening, so I'm particularly impressed by it, but also this stuff is really good. So today, Sam Altman and OpenAI announced a new model called Sora, and it can generate full up to 1 minute video clips from just text input. So the same way DALL-E was able to understand our text input and turn it into a photorealistic or stylized image or whatever you want, same thing with Sora, but now since it's videos, it also needs to understand how all these things like reflections and textures and materials and physics all interact with each other over time to make a reasonable looking video. And of course, right away, there's a bunch of examples on their website that are crazy. Now, before I show you these, I just need you to keep this in mind.
If you guys can hear this boom, 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 boom in the background, I don't know if you can, you probably can't. House across the street has burnt down and they're fixing it. So there's construction going on. So my mistake if you hear some booms in the background.
You're about to watch a bunch of AI generated videos, and you know that you're about to watch a bunch of AI-generated content. So your brain, you're already looking for this stuff, and it's not perfect. You will find imperfections, but not everybody who sees AI-generated content on the internet knows to be looking for that. So also keep that in mind. This is also the worst that this technology is going to be from here on out. So okay, here's one of the videos.
All right, so you know what this man just said? Guys, this is not someone who is just like your basic guy either. This is someone who wakes up, lives and breathes tech. From the second he wakes up to the second he goes to sleep. Lives, breathes, eats, talks, technology. Okay? This is someone who is invited before technology even comes out to all of these different technological events, personally to technological companies to try out specific products, to show the world specific products, to beta test specific products, and to see the tech before it actually comes out. So someone that's warning you, someone that's literally saying, hey, I'm going to show you this AI generated video. But the difference between me showing you this and you just seeing it on a social feed is I just told you it's AI, so when your brain sees this video clip that we're about to show you, it already knows that it's fake. So it's easy for you to decipher the little small things within the video that make it fake. Where if you're just scrolling down Twitter, or you're scrolling through Instagram, or you're scrolling through YouTube, and you come across an AI-generated video, and it doesn't say AI-generated video on it, you might not even know if it's real or fake. It will be very hard for you to decipher because you don't have the pre-existing knowledge to sit there and go, is this AI generated? Is this AI generated? You're not going to ask that for every single video you scroll through. So that's what he's saying.
There's no audio to any of these clips, but the prompt for this one is a stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street filled with warm, glowing neon and animated city signage. She wears a black leather jacket, a long red dress, and black boots. This video is already miles ahead of where we were. It has accurate lighting, it has materials, it has skin tones, movements, it even has reflections all over the place. Now, of course, if you look at it for more than about 10 seconds very closely, there are lots of giveaways. Like this dude in the background kind of looks like he's gliding in a weird way. The frame rates and the reflections in the water are for some reason lower than the rest of the video. The camera move.
Okay, the frame rates in the water are lower than the frame rates in the rest of the video. Your average human being, like 99.999% of them, don't even know what the hell you're saying, Marcus. Like, that's not even something like no one would notice that. You notice that because you create video and you study video and you study the tech behind cameras and you study all of this stuff. But most people aren't going to notice the difference between a 30 FPS water puddle and a 60 FPS background. They don't even know what that means. Half my audience probably has no clue what I'm saying right now, which is crazy. It's like, if you really don't understand the technology, you're not. It's going to be very, very hard for you to decipher what the hell is.
Movement overall is just a bit inconsistent, and it just, I don't know, it just kind of feels a little bit off. But then again, this is where we were 1 year ago, so just keep that in the back of your head for all this. Okay, how about this one? This is another one which has a long prompt about a camera following behind a white vintage SUV with a black roof rack as it speeds up a steep dirt road. This is also, again, really good. It kind of looks a little more video gamey because of how rock solid the drone footage is, but clearly very usable. Here's another one. A litter of golden retriever puppies playing in the snow. Their heads pop in and out of the snow, covered in it. It's so good. It feels like the physics of the fur and the ears and everything with the snow flying around in slow motion is incredible.
You guys see how adorable those dogs are? These aren't even real dogs.
Ears and everything with the snow flying around in slow motion.
They're not even real. It's not a real dog. That dog doesn't exist. None of them. That snow doesn't exist. None of them.
Is incredible. I've looked through all of the sample videos on OpenAI's website, and clearly these are the hand-picked best ones that they chose to share, where they just put in some text and then get a video and don't modify it. But there's really impressive stuff in there. Some of it has humans, some of it doesn't. Some of it is...
You guys, these are our cartoons now. This is the equivalent of our cartoons in our video games now. It's going to be really, really hard to decipher the difference between this stuff, man. To the point where people aren't going to care anymore what's real and what's fake. They're not going to care because as long as they're enjoying their time or they're happy or whatever's happening, they're pleasured or they're safe or someone's taking care of them, they don't care.
More realistic feeling, like the truck driving one, but some of them are more video gamey or more stylized. A lot of it is slow motion. I just have to say, how insanely fast these models are improving is genuinely, like, that's the shocking part. Like, I remember not even that many months ago, DALL-E 3, really, really high end, and you could always still find something off about it. Like, especially if you ask it for something like a photorealistic image of a human, something about like the hands or the ears would always just be...
He says that he's kind of surprised on how fast technology is improving, but are you really surprised, Marcus, how fast technology is improving? You have people like Elon Musk who have created 4 or 5 companies over the last 10 years that just feed and collect data from human beings. Like Tesla is a data company more than a car company. He knows every single stop sign, every single speed limit. He knows every crack and bump in every single road using those LiDAR sensors. There's cameras that cover the car, GPS tracking on the car. He knows when you shop, when you go to work, what you enjoy, how much miles you drive. He knows everything. So taking all of this data and then creating this super web with hundreds of millions of cars that are sending data back and forth to each other and then back to his database, this guy knows everything about modern day roads and driving. So that's just one company. And then you have like Neuralink, where he's putting a chip literally inside your brain, and it's to help you. But in reality, it's just to feed data from you. It's just to learn how you operate so they can control you from the inside out. Same thing with X. Why does Elon Musk need a social media company? He is a data miner. Elon Musk collects as much data as he possibly can on the human population and the human populace, so that way he can take your information and either sell it to the government or corporations that have the audacity to want to basically control your mind or put you into some type of mind control deception. Because if Elon Musk can teach his computers to know you better than you know yourself, then guess what? You're not going to know the difference between reality and what's fake and what's real, and you're going to be completely fine with it. They're learning how to get inside your brain in every single way, shape, and form. And this is just a part of it.
Be a little bit off. Never mind the physics. But even this video here is crazy at first glance. The prompt for this AI-generated video is a young man in his 20s is sitting on a piece of a cloud in the sky.
Like he's saying, guys, this is the worst it's ever going to be from this point on, which means anything after this is going to look even more realistic, which is frightening.
Being a book. This one feels like 90% of the way there for me. Like it's beyond the uncanny valley of like Apple's personas, which are actually based on humans. This is a made-up person. I mean, his eyes are kind of weird, and the motion of the pages in the book are kind of odd. And yeah, obviously he's in a cloud, and that's a giveaway, but like the lighting and the shadows and the skin tones, and then all the realism of the textures on the shirt and the way that
his eyes are kind of weird. Like, dude, ain't no one scrolling through Instagram is gonna even know this is AI generated.
The shirt and the pants move and the hair, they're all really impressive. And then for this one, they typed in a movie trailer featuring the adventurers of the 30-year-old.
Bro, it's blowing my mind. Guys, that's not even a real human. That's not a real person. That's a person made from pixels. We live in a world now where you're talking about like artists who are getting cloned and all these people cloned. The president's cloned and clones and all that, you know? You want to talk about clones? Here it is. You don't need to clone someone's body. That's too much. Like, come on. But if you want to talk about cloning, in the next 10 years, doesn't matter if someone dies or doesn't die, they can make it seem like they didn't die. They can make it seem like someone's saying something they didn't. They can pin a crime against you that you didn't do by creating some type of video that's showing you did it. How do you prove you're innocent in court anymore? When I can just go online and type in Taylor Swift shoots Nicki Minaj in the head, and it's going to generate a video of Taylor Swift shooting Nicki Minaj in the head. Like, eventually it's going to come to the point where it looks more realistic than even real life. So at what point is there some type of rule or regulation against this stuff? The U.S. government's scared of cryptocurrency because it's unregulated and is dangerous. But they're not scared of this? You're going to go regulate the AI industry. Go regulate Elon Musk. Tell him to stop shooting 25 rockets up into space every single month from my front yard, bro. Can you, like, there's no way. There's no way this is life. Guys, that's not a real person.
Old spaceman wearing a red wool knitted motorcycle helmet, blue sky, salt desert, cinematic style, shot on 35mm film. And the close-ups of his face, the fabrics on the helmet, the film grain through every shot, and the cinematic style, this is one of the most convincing AI-generated videos I've ever seen. Minus maybe the weird physics of that dude walking kind of in fast motion. So Sam Altman, if you follow him on Twitter, he's going through a whole bunch more of like people's requests and posting a bunch more generated videos. And so if you want to check out his profile, you can see those. But here's the thing about these AI-generated videos now, as good as they've gotten to this point. They can and will pass as real videos to people who are not looking for AI-generated videos. Now, that is obviously...
No one's looking for AI-generated videos. Like, no one's like I told you guys earlier, no one's scrolling down Instagram going, is this AI? Is this AI? Is this AI? No.
Insanely sketchy during an election year in the US, and also terrifying for a bunch of other internet-related reasons.
It's sketchy because it's an election year during the US. Exactly. How do you know what's real and how do you know what's fake? And for many other internet-related reasons, as our minds can go ahead and think for ourselves why this is so dangerous for the internet itself.
But it's also perfect for stock footage. Like there are already all kinds of presentations and advertisements and then PowerPoints that are in need of oddly specific stock videos, and these AI generated videos are already good enough to 100% pass for that purpose. Like look at this one with the waves at.
I'm gonna stop the video here. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, bro. It really, really helps out. Like, for instance, like I'm making a documentary about the music industry and how, you know, artists sell their soul and what that even means. And during this documentary, I'm gonna need a lot of footage, right? I'm gonna need a lot of filler footage. I'm gonna need a lot of cutscene footage to switch off from this to this to this to this, and that's gonna take me a very long time to do. Where when I have a technology like this, for instance, I can just go in there and type in a prompt to the AI, like artist dancing on stage. And then I can use that AI video for 5-10 seconds as I'm narrating over it, for instance, like a PowerPoint presentation or a documentary. This technology really, really helps in those aspects because it looks real and it makes the video look professional. It brings everything together in a very, very clean. When I can go type in whatever I want, it gives me a realistic 8K video out of it. Then yes, it is very, very, very useful when it comes to like PowerPoints, documentaries, creating film, and many of these things. But like you were saying before, Mr. Marcus, it's dangerous, man. And people, especially coming up to an election year and many other internet-related reasons, this is very, very scary. It comes to the point where you could literally basically just like undress people if you want. You could just take someone and tell an AI to take their clothes off. It's getting sickening. It's getting to the point where I don't know, like, no one's gonna know what's real or fake, bro. It's I don't know how to explain it. As you can see, like, I'm stuttering just thinking about it because there's nowhere I can really go with this other than it's gonna get worse and worse and worse. And as cool as the technology is, as much as I love technology and everything I do in my life is tech. I have Android, I have an iPhone, I actually have like 4 phones. I have PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, PC, MacBook. When it comes to technology, I have everything you could possibly imagine as far as technology goes. Like on my desk, I have a PlayStation 1 sitting here. I have a Game Boy. Like when was the last time we seen one of these, right? Like I love tech, guys. I love tech, but this, it's too much. It's too far. And when you do love technology and you do understand it, you can see the dangers within it, and you can see where this is leading. And even Marcus Brownie himself, one of the largest tech influencers on the planet, is expressing his concerns for this technology. So everyone, please, please, please be careful out there when you are scrolling through the internet. Make sure that what you are seeing or what you are not seeing is real or is fake. You might have to do triple the research now to figure out if what you're seeing is actually real, and be very, 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 very careful this upcoming election, because things like this and many other political battles and reasons are going to be upcomingly happening. Economic collapses and things of this nature are not going to make it any easier. The war going on in the Middle East, the war going on in the Ukraine is not going to make it any easier. The things that are happening in South America are not going to make it any easier. So just guys, pray, breathe, detach yourself from this fake garbage, and strengthen your mind. Strengthen your mind, because strengthening your mind is the only way you're going to avoid getting got by all of this crap. Use it to your advantage. Use it, like he said, in PowerPoint. Use it to express yourself, to raise your voice, to show stories, to show and express specific things. Like he's saying, instead of it taking you 4.5 years to create this documentary, it might take you 4 weeks, because you can just type up all the video content that you need, drone footage and sky footage and underwater footage and all types of stuff. You can just generate these pixels to create a reality for you. So it's really, really cool when you look at the actual technology and what it does, but it is also super, super scary. Thank you guys for coming in today. God bless you all. Love you all. And free Palestine, baby. Bye-bye.